Good afternoon and welcome to my 1 hour presentation on the topic that I've prepared for you, why financial planning for women matters. My name is Katherine Isbrandt from About Retirement. I'm a certified financial planner and I'm a principal and a director of a practice in Melbourne, Bologna, in eastern suburbs. The practice name is About Retirement. What I thought I will do first, just to warm things up a little bit at the beginning and started with a little bit of fun. So I prepared the educational quiz. Now I will ask questions. You don't have to give me any answers whatsoever. If you can just mark your answers, and then there's only 10 questions, and they really, like I said, a little bit of education and maybe a little bit of fun at the same time. The question number 1 is, what is the average life expectancy for women in Australia? So you have A, 78, B, 84, C, 90 years of age, and D, 95. Which one do you think is the correct answer? So just 1 second, and I will tell you that C is the correct answer. It's 90 years of age. And it's amazing because it's only 5 years ago that the average life expectancy for women was 85. And 5 years later, we live not 5 years longer. And that's going to continue. So women do live longer than men. So we really need to be prepared from any aspect for that long retirement. Question number 2, which of the following is the key reason women typically retire less with superannuation than men? Women invest more conservatively, women live longer, women take career breaks for caregiving, or all of the above. So I think that it sort of comes pretty obvious that answer number D is the correct answer. Women do tend to be more conservative in investing or in money matters than male partners. And if I am really speaking, especially to single ladies, that I can definitely see this conservative nature coming through, which sometimes is a positive when it comes to money, not so much. We do live longer than men, and women obviously very often, if there is anybody to take a break from the career, look after kids, look after parents, that's always women. And that creates that issue that women will end up with less money than men. This is true or false? Women are more likely than men to rely solely on age pension in retirement. And unfortunately, the answer is true. Whether this is comfort zone, it also goes back to the fact of having less money, but women do feel that that age pension is there. So that gives them a little bit more of that feeling that, I will be okay. So I don't have to take any financial risks. But that takes away this independence, to be honest. Which strategy can help women boost their retirement savings? Now, salary sacrifice to super, downsizing the family home, delaying retirement, or all of the above? Yes, and obviously the answer is D, all of the above. Each of those strategies is a great strategy. Obviously, you have to be in the right time and it has to be applicable at the time. But especially, I always recommend, if you are able to salary sacrifice, look at your taxable income. If you can afford it, even a few dollars, that helps a great deal, especially when money goes in and just sits there for the longer it works for you, the better the outcome. Number 5, what is one unique financial challenge many women face in retirement? higher health cost, lower financial literacy, divorce or widowhood, all of the above. And sadly, obviously, this is all of the above because, well, when it comes to higher health costs, women live longer, but we tend to be sick more often. Therefore, we do require a little bit more of health care. In a family situation, very often women will have lower knowledge about financial matters than their husbands. Single women, whether that's a case of being very busy, mothers, but I find the same. I'm not saying there are a lot of very women that are very focused on money and they know a great deal, but in general, as a general rule, men tend to be much more money focused than female. And then divorces and widowhood. So as I was saying before, women tend to live longer. So eventually that widowhood may happen in our life. When it comes to divorces, that's a sad part of our modern life where great divorces are increasing in numbers. It's actually the second highest age bracket of divorces in Australia these days after people between 40 and 50. So, and surprisingly, I read that the other day where those divorces, great divorces, so people are past the age of 60, those divorces are actually initiated by female partners, not by men. I think men are just comfortable and they're just too lazy to go through divorces. But I'm joking. But yeah, I think that at some point women just find the emotional need as primary over and above any financial outcomes. What is the recommended percentage of your pre-retirement income to aim for in retirement? This is a very interesting one. And normally, if you speak with the financial planner, and this is based again on outcomes, what we see clients feel as the most comfortable retirement, the recommended pre-retirement income to have after retirement is C, 70%. That indicates at that point, if you had comfortable level of income during your working life, if you aim for 70% of it in your retirement, you will have a very, very comfortable retirement, especially if the money is set up correctly. We always try to set everything up for clients in a way where taxes are no longer applicable in retirement. So whatever you've got, it will be your income to spend, which is rather nice. Which type of investment typically is considered a lower risk for retirement portfolios? That across all portfolios, not just retirement, but in investing. Shares, property, bonds, or cryptocurrency. So the correct answer is C, bonds. Funny, bonds can be a little bit volatile every so often, but out of the choices here, this is the one that is considered the most conservative. What is longevity? What does it refer to? A, risk of living too long and outliving your savings. B, risk of dying early. C, risk of market volatility, or risk of inflation. And the correct answer is A, risk of outliving your money. And this is actually number one worry for most people preparing for retirement. People are absolutely petrified that they will live longer than their savings. So one of the biggest asks that I always get from clients is, can you model for me retirement if I draw a certain level of income from my funds? How long will that money last? And that is a really great thing great exercise to go through, because you really see your future life, your future outcome, financial outcome before you even get there. So you know eventually how to organize your money and how much you can allow yourself to live on before you go broke. We don't want to get to the situation of spending the money. because that would be a very hard retirement for sure. Number one, what is one way to prepare for unexpected healthcare costs? Ignore them. That's a little hard to do. Rely on Medicare, build emergency fund, and or retire early. So the correct answer is C, build emergency fund. And I always, when I speak with clients, emergency fund is absolutely a must in any situation. That's not just for health emergency. For in any circumstances, you should have set aside amount of cash that is for your emergencies. Because drawing money from super, obviously there are rules. If you don't meet those rules, you're not allowed to draw money from super. Selling investment may not necessarily be the best time, so you really need to always have a certain amount. How much? That's your choice. For some people, it's $10,000. For others, it's $50,000. But that's something that you should probably sit down and just calculate as to what is the level of cash backup that I need in case something happens. What is one financial habit that can help you feel more confident about your retirement planning? So if you can just write in a second one word or one sentence, and then after we finish this presentation, you can go back and see whether that's changed or whether that's the same. So I'll give you just a second to think about it. So the aim of today is really for you to decide on one action that you can implement today that can improve your retirement outlook. And I really hope that that presentation will actually help you, give you some ideas.